That's all right.
I don't leave my charging. I'm gonna leave my car keys with me.
That's all right.
Yeah, but I'm choosing to get through the game.
Famous last words.
Yeah. I think this would stretch far enough. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good game. It's like 5 days that you should absolutely not mess, and that's definitely one.
She doesn't want to go.
Whoa. There's a story behind that.
She just doesn't want to. She didn't want to have a. She doesn't want to have a bachelorette party. Like she's like, I don't want. She doesn't like having attention on her. And so she's like, I don't want to.
She's gonna hate November 2nd. That's kind of the point.
She says she needs it, but she loves attention. Like she, like, no, but like she said, she always says she doesn't like being the center of attention, but like you get around her, like she's like a Pied Piper.
She holds court.
Yeah. Whenever we go to breweries, I'll run to the bathroom, I'll come back. There's some people around her talking, like, we're talking about, like, arguing like a tiger thing, like, going to a bunch of breweries. And she's like, some people, like, talking about her, like, they let you know for 5 minutes. What did you do? How did you do this?
so much, and welcome back to Finnie Stadium for the 2024 football season. We're excited to have everybody out, and I'm honored to be standing beside Coach Jim Tressel, son of Lee Tressel, who started the Shriners game 47 years ago. Only paused because of COVID. And I'll turn it over to the Shriners.
Good morning. On behalf of Baldwin Shriners of Northeast Ohio, it is my pleasure as potentate to produce this check to the Baldwin Wallace Athletic Department and wish them a very outstanding winning season. And go Yellow Jackets.
Thank you so much on behalf of my dad, Dr. Lee Tressel, my mom Eloise, and our family, and all the Yellow Jackets who were up there in the north end of the stadium in the reunion. This couldn't happen on a better day when the Yellow Jackets and the Wittenberg Tigers get back together. We thank so much the Shriners for their years and years of support. Thanks so much, and go Jackets.
When you do that at halftime, it's a much different ballgame.
Year-old me would have to have a moment to calm if they marched them up here and be like, hey, we're gonna do this.
You're gonna do an interview with him on air.
Sweet. Let's do it. There should be no discussion.
Yeah, there should be no discussion.
It's a pretty simple thing. Jim, I know you just retired.
We need you back.
Can you give us a little bit of like that Tressel magic rub? Come on.
We're just gonna bunch of alumni donations.
It's a big freaking difference.
Well, it's like BG's baseball team was gonna go under. We're done. Mersheiser stepped up, donated a ton of money. He got a whole bunch of other former BG guys that donate money.
this time, we ask that all fans please rise, kindly remove your caps as we honor America and those who protect our freedom at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem performed by the BW Marching Band. Please remain standing and join in the singing of the Baldwin Wallace University alma mater.
Hello, everyone, and welcome inside George Finnie Stadium at Tressel Field. Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jacket football set to kick off the 2024 season as they host the Wittenberg University Tigers in their lone non-conference game of the season before they get into Ohio Athletic Conference play. Wittenberg, a charter member of the North Coast Athletic Conference.
Yellow Jacket football set to kick off the 2024 season as they host the Wittenberg University Tigers in their lone non-conference game.
The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets once again set to host the Wittenberg Tigers in the season opener here at Tressel Field. Matt Florjancic alongside Brian Verkan for the call of today's game between these two rivals. It's been pretty even throughout their history. Both teams have won 21 games in the all-time series. The Yellow Jackets have arguably the most important victory, as in 1978, these two teams went down to Phoenix City, Alabama, and the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets won the NCAA Division III football championship when they defeated the Tigers 24-10 in the Stag Bowl. The Yellow Jackets that year went 11-0-1. The last time these two teams met came in Berea on September 11th, 1999. BW fell to the Tigers 26-21. BW passed for 237 yards and ran for 121 for 358 total yards. The Tigers did a little bit better in terms of points, but were limited to just 268 total yards against the Baldwin Wallace defense. So stingy defense, but not enough points scored in that game for the Yellow Jackets. However, the renewal of the rivalry is a 2-year commitment. This year it kicks off. Next year it will be played at Wittenberg University in Springfield. So, Brian, taking a look at today's game, when you look at it, it's a great day for football. Obviously, it's a little windy, overcast, true fall day, and a lot of alumni are welcome back into the building. They'll be tailgating in the south end zone throughout the game, and they are looking forward to seeing a Yellow Jacket victory today.
You're entirely right. It is a perfect Northeast Ohio football day for Baldwin Wallace. It's the Tressel Shrine Classic, celebrating Lee Tressel and the rivalry between Baldwin Wallace and Wittenberg. We also have Lee's son, Jim Tressel, here with us.
Yeah.
He was out here earlier presenting, come out and said hello.
Yeah, a nice dignitary in the building. Always a pleasure to welcome Jim Tressel back to campus, to the very field that bears his family name, and right literally down the road from a street that bears his family name as well. So lots of history between the Tressel family and Baldwin Wallace University, and we're grateful for all the support throughout the years that the Tressel family and Jim specifically have given to the Yellow Jacket athletic program and the university as a whole. It's always a good day when you welcome him back to Berea. As I said earlier, today is the opening game of the 2024 season for both teams, as the Yellow Jackets and Tigers renew their rivalry. BW closed out the 2023 season with a loss at Mount Union, while Wittenberg had a 52-24 victory over the College of Worcester in their 2023 season finale. Taking a look at the head coaches, BW head coach Jim Hilvert is in his 8th season at Baldwin Wallace and has an overall record of 42-20 with an Ohio Athletic Conference slate of 36-18. He is 109-46 in his 16th overall season as a head coach. Hilvert has not faced the Wittenberg Tigers in his coaching career. Wittenberg head coach Jim Collins is in his 3rd year with the Tigers and has a 12-8 overall record with a 10-6 mark in NCAC play. He is 147-141 in 28 seasons of coaching overall. He was the head coach of Capital University for 11 seasons and holds a 53-46 record in the OAC. He is 5-6 all-time against Baldwin Wallace, including winning those final 4 games that he coached in Bexley, the home of the Capital Comets. The captains are meeting at midfield, and we will have the coin toss momentarily. The captains for the Yellow Jackets, Vinny LeMayo, Donovan Burkett, Jordan Smith, and Marcos Stiliana. The Yellow Jackets win the toss. They defer to the second half. Wittenberg will take the ball, and the Yellow Jackets will kick into the wind in the first quarter. They'll go north to south. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets will be in their home brown uniform with jackets written in gold writing across the chest. The numbers are in white, trimmed in gold on the front and back, and they're gold trimmed in white on the shoulder pads with white and gold trim on the shoulders and down the sides of the jersey, and a new look to the BW white helmet with the interlocking BW logo on either side. The Wittenberg Tigers in all white uniforms with red trim down the sides and across the shoulders, red numbers on the front and back, white helmets with the numbers of the respective players on each side. The Yellow Jackets once again kicking into a swirling wind, and it'll be Joseph Evans who will tee it up at the 35-yard line. The 5'11", 145-pound sophomore coming off of a standout first year with the Yellow Jackets.
Like we were discussing earlier, I'm not too sure you want to be a kicker in today's game with you don't know which way the wind's going. It could be 1 minute going left, could be going right, could be coming at you, could be going away. We don't want to be a kicker today.
No, today would not be a fun day to be a kicker. I don't know that there is such a day as fun day to be a kicker.
If you're playing in a dome, you still miss some of those.
Joseph Evans puts the right foot into it and gets the 2024 season underway. It's fumbled by the Tigers. It bounces 6 yards in front of the return man. It's recovered inside the 20 by Wittenberg, but good coverage right there by the Yellow Jackets to make sure he couldn't scoop it and then get up the field with it. That took a wicked hop off of the top of his shoulder pads and went about 7 yards forward. That's a nightmare scenario for a return man right there.
Yeah, and it looked like the two return men didn't know which one was going to pick it up. There was almost a delay, almost allowed Baldwin Wallace to pick that up.
Max Milton, the senior quarterback, will lead the Wittenberg Tigers onto the field. He's a 5'10", 185-pound senior, sends a man in motion left to right, trips now on the right side with one-on-one on the other, handoff to the back, and the Yellow Jackets will snuff it out after a short gain. The ball is loose, and play was not signaled dead yet, and now the referees will untangle the pile, and the Yellow Jackets come up with a fumble recovery. So they didn't get one on the kickoff return, but they got one on the first carry of the game.
Christian Manville's pleading his case that he was down, that his forward momentum was stopped, but they never called the play dead. Baldwin Wallace just kept on grabbing and was able to strip that ball out.
Jonathan Dixon, the senior linebacker, on the recovery. Zach Zoll on the force, and the Yellow Jackets starting deep in the heart of Wittenberg territory with a 1st and 10 at the Tiger 18. Quarterback Charlie Bubonics will lead the team onto the field. The sophomore signal caller in the shotgun with 4 receivers. Hands off to Victor Ford Jr. up the middle. Gets to the 26 and gets bottled up by the Tiger defense after a gain of 2.
Yeah, just try to hand off up the middle. Baldwin Wallace really couldn't get a push off the line. Wittenberg was there to hit him like a brick wall at first.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Burkett and LeMayo out left. Conwell in the slot on the right side with Mikel Love out wide. Bubonics looking to throw. Finds Conwell at the 10, and he is spun down at the 11-yard line. A decent gain on 2nd down sets up a 3rd and medium for the Yellow Jackets.
Easily get here, third and medium. Should be able to hopefully pick this up. Made it a lot more manageable.
Bubonics gets the call from the sideline. Gives the check to the offensive lineman, settles in the pistol formation, 3 receiver look, 2 off left, 1 off right. Bubonics takes the snap, hands to Victor Ford Jr. up the middle. He is going to be bottled up, and he is not going to gain anything. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Good interior pressure by that Wittenberg defense, bottling up the running game.
Yeah, it looked like Wittenberg was coming on a run blitz, and they crashed towards the middle, feeling that they knew that Baldwin Wallace was going to just run up the middle. Couldn't get anything out of it.
So Joseph Evans will come on to attempt a 30-yard field goal. Burkett on the hold. The snap is back. The ball's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. That snap rolled back to Donovan Burkett, and he was able to get it down and give Evans enough time to put it through the uprights.
That was a great recovery from, a ball that rolled right to him, but he was able to get it right down right as he was coming in for the kick.
Evans was 7 of 8 kicking field goals last year with a long of 32. He hits his first of the 2024 season from 30 yards out to give the Yellow Jackets a 3-0 lead over the Tigers with 12:58 to go here in the first quarter. And you look at it, and obviously there's no room for moral victories in football. But if you're Wittenberg, you have to take a little bit of solace in the fact knowing that you held the Yellow Jackets to 3 points, turning it over deep in your own territory.
Yeah, if you're Baldwin Wallace, you're kicking yourself, hopefully that you get a ball so deep in their opponent's red zone that you got to try to get a touchdown there. But, yeah, like you said, Wittenberg has got to be scoring a little moral victory for only giving up a field goal out of that.
So Cade Ray and Eric Rashid drop back to return for the Tigers. And Joseph Evans on to kick it away for the Yellow Jackets once more. Evans puts the right hand in the air, gives the signal, puts the right foot into it, and a low line drive will bounce it to 10. It'll be scooped up by Ray. He gets to the 20, out to the 25, and he will be spun down on the play by the Yellow Jackets before making the 30-yard line.
Yeah, was able to break a couple tackles and get another 5 yards out of that return. It looked like a couple Jackets had already wrapped them up.
Zach Zoll on the stop, as well as Jacob Reed for the Yellow Jackets on coverage. And Milton will once again lead the offense onto the field for Wittenberg. Christian Manville in at the tailback spot. He'll flank Milton on the right side. 3 receiver set with a wing on the left side. Milton fakes a handoff, throws to the tight end. It's complete, and it's going to be a short gain as Troy TP makes the catch. And he is taken down by linebacker Jonathan Dixon. Call it a gain of 2, make it a 2nd and 8 from the 29-yard line. Motion man from right to left, handoff to Manville. Gets across the 30 and then is spun down by Dom Tromba, the junior linebacker for the Yellow Jackets.
Zach Zool really had a great pop it right at the end to make sure that he was down. He wasn't going to try to get back up, spin out of it.
So third down and call it third down and medium for the Tigers. Milton to pass, throws it out right, and it's broken up on the play by the Yellow Jackets with the coverage and the pass breakup. Junior defensive back Colin Kaufman.
Yeah, Kaufman was able to hit him right as the ball was getting to the receiver and was able to break it up, so he was able to get his hands around it to catch it. Great coverage right there.
That'll bring on the Wittenberg punter, Hayden Alcott. 5'10", 175-pound junior. And back deep to return for the Yellow Jackets, 5'11", 200-pound sophomore, number 6, Colin Quinlan. The snap is low, but Alcott gets it away. Fair catch signaled and made at the 34-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets.
Those are those type of kicks that would scare a returner, look like a knuckleball coming at you. You don't know which way that ball is going to hit your pads.
Well, and Alcott was kicking into the wind, too. It's been an interesting wind pattern here today. During all of pregame, it was going south to north. Now it's swirling to the southeast corner of Tressel Field toward Bagley Road. And that may have altered the path of that punt, but nonetheless, the Yellow Jackets field it cleanly. The handoff goes inside to Victor Ford Jr. out of a 4-receiver look. And Ford gets the ball across the 35 out to the 38-yard line. Called a gain of 4 to bring up 2nd and 6.
Number 8 for Wittenberg went for a little ride there, trying to bring down Ford. He was dragged about 2 yards.
Defensive end Eli Rennick on the stop. 4-receiver look, 3 bunch to the right side, 1 off to the right, or to the left, I should say. Bubonics takes a snap. He's looking right, throws it, and it's through the hands of Oliver Kelleher. That'll bring up 3rd and long for the Yellow Jackets.
Those are the ones you got to catch, right? It was a perfect pass right in his gut, and it went right through his hands. would have gotten them a first down.
So once again, 3 receivers off to the right side of the formation, 1 off to the left. That's Connor Awad out left. Bubonics takes a snap. He's looking right. He's flushed, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. The ball comes loose, but the official said Bubonics was down at the 30-yard line, and that will bring up a 4th down punting situation for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a high snap. I think Bubonics took his eyes off his receivers for a second to corral the ball, and I think that just kind of threw off the timing, and Baldwin Wallace was able to hold their blocks.
So 4th and 13 from the 31 brings out Joseph Evans for the punt. Cade Ray back deep to return, standing at his own 23-yard line. The snap from Conwell is a good one. Evans fields it, gets the right foot into it. It's a nice spiraling punt. It bounces at the 38, rolls inside the 20, and that is going to roll to a stop inside the 15 all the way down to the 12. They got an extra 25 yards on the bounce there.
I don't know if that was intended to be a rugby punt, but that's what it turned out to be, and it worked in their favor because that ball just kept on hit the ground, just kept on rolling. Nice little field, flipping the field there.
Might have been a little wind aided, but at this point, if you're a special teamer, you're taking any help you can get because you know at any time it could go the opposite way for you.
Exactly. Take what you can get right now.
So Milton on for the 3rd series for the Tigers. 3 receiver look, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 back in the backfield with a tight end on the left side. Milton will swing it out left, and it's snuffed out by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Hashim Rashid with a standout play to bring down the ball carrier inside the 10 at the 5.
Rashid read that perfectly, knew that it was going to be like a little flare route, and just followed the running back and hit him as soon as he caught it.
Rashid, no stranger to making big plays. He had a scoop and score against the Wilmington Quakers last season right here at Tressel Field in a game. The Yellow Jackets put up 60. Hand off to the back in the backfield. He's across the 5, and he is brought down short of the 10 in on the carry for the Tigers. It was number 25, TJ Meeks.
Yeah, they weren't trying to be too fancy with your quarterback's feet in the end zone. You're just trying to get some yards to get away from that your end zone there.
So 3rd and 13 now for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the Wittenberg 9-yard line. 3 receivers out right, 1 out left, 1 back in the backfield with Milton flanking him on the right side. Milton takes a snap, drops back to the 1. He's looking long down the field, and it's intercepted by the Yellow Jackets. It'll be returned inside the 30. Spun around a tackle. The return man gets to the 25. Got a wall of blockers in front. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Colin Kaufman comes up with the pick 6.
Colin's had himself a good day so far. Great defensive stopping right now with a pick 6. He's able to jump the route. I think number 4 for Wittenberg kind of led up a bit. Allowed Kaufman to catch it, took it to the Wittenberg sideline, saw that he had no spots to go over there, came back to the right, and then had a wall of blockers that he just walked right into the end zone.
A wall of blockers and another who was directing traffic to say, go here. And he followed it. It paid off with 6 points in the end zone. Evans tacks on the extra point and gives the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets a 10-0 lead over the Wittenberg Tigers with 8:27 to go here in the first quarter of play from Tressel Field.
Baldwin Wallace defense is having themselves a pretty good couple first 7 minutes of the season. Get a fumble on their first possession, then a pick 6 on their third.
On the first play, the first scrimmage play of the season, they generate a fumble and then get a pick 6 on the third drive. Well, we have this opportunity. I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket football game against Wittenberg is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leader since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. And Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home, a great place for all activities before and after Yellow Jacket games. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket football game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. Evans on to kick it away, puts the right foot into it. Ray nearing the sideline, will catch it at the 7. Gets it across the 20, out to the 25, now to the 30, and is spun down at the 33. You know, after that initial kickoff return that didn't go anywhere after a funny carom off the shoulder pads, it was barely recovered by the Tigers. Wittenberg has sprung a couple of nice returns there on kickoffs.
That's something you got Baldwin Wallace is going to have to worry about because, after that first one, the past two have been real nail biters that you're just afraid of one broken tackle that he's going to be going down the sideline for a touchdown.
So Milton with a little bit more breathing room than he had last time. Gets the snap, flips it out to Manville. Manville gets across the 35. And the ball came loose again, but the official said it was down, or the ball carrier was down before the ball came loose. So a little security issues going on for the Tigers so far.
Yeah, there was a little sweep out to the right. Got a couple blockers out there. Was able to get a good first down play. Got 2nd and 6 now.
2nd and 6 from the 37-yard line. Wittenberg looks to the sideline, gets the check. 2 receivers out left, 1 out right. Milton in a shotgun with Manville flanking his left side this time. Tight end is a wing on the left side. Milton takes the snap, throws it out right, and it's going to bounce off the right hand of Bryce Ray, the senior receiver, and go into the Wittenberg bench.
Yeah, a little play action pass, going to one-on-one on the right. I think he turned just a tad too late, and quarterback really didn't get it to a good spot where he can get his hands in front of it. Lucky for Baldwin Wallace.
So 3rd down and 6 now for the Tigers as we near the halfway mark of the first quarter. The ball's on the 37. The Tigers need the 43 to continue the drive. Milton with 4 receivers, 2 out left, 2 out right, Manville in the back. Milton takes a snap, looking to his right, and it's going to be a live or incomplete pass, the official says, as it looked like Jordan Smith got in there and altered the course of that throw.
Ref took his time, either deciding if that was going to be a fumble or a forward pass.
Yeah, there were 3 Yellow Jackets that were, pun fully intended, swarming the football. And that's when the officials decided to say that it was incomplete pass. But it was very fortunate for the Tigers that it was. On to punt now for the Tigers is number 23, Hayden Alcott. He gets the right foot into it. It's a low end-over-end kick that bounces at the 35 and will roll to a stop and out of bounds at the 22-yard line for the Yellow Jackets.
Wittenberg's offense isn't doing themselves too many favors, putting them in positions that either could be a turnover or a potential turnover. If they want to stay in this game, they're going to have to shore things up because
we have to give a little credit, too, to the Yellow Jacket defensive pressure that they're putting up on that front 4. And you look at those guys, it's Jordan Smith, Bryce Sanders, Judah Reed, and Hasim Rashid. Those are your starters across the defensive front, and they're doing work up there today.
Exactly. Wittenberg's got its work cut out for them. They got to be perfect for this game.
Tight end, a wing on the right side, 3 receivers set. Handoff goes to the back. That's Lindberger, and he pushes the ball out to the 25-yard line before he is brought down. So call it a gain of 3. Timeout on the play as one of the Wittenberg Tigers lost their lid. That is Cameron Snurr, the senior linebacker. He has to come out now. So 2nd and 7 for the Yellow Jackets. Bubonics in a pistol formation. Takes a snap. Handoff to Lindberger up the middle. And he's across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. Tough sledding up front. We talked about the Yellow Jacket defensive line. Wittenberg Tiger defensive line. Just a 3-man front, but good pressure from the linebackers as well. Really doing a good job to bottle up the run game. That's Eli Rennick, Nick Wadsworth, and Dalton Allen, your starting defensive ends and tackle, respectively. Bunch receivers, trips out left, 1 out right. Bubonics takes the snap. He's looking to the right. He's going to throw it deep down the field for Mikel Love. Love checks on the brakes, goes to catch it, and he will! A flag flies, but Mikel Love caught the ball on his back, so the play was over as soon as he secured the catch. I don't know how he did that, but he did it and drew a flag. That will be declined by the Yellow Jackets because the play will stand.
It was that, yeah, the ball was a tad underthrown, and he was able to try to turn himself back to the ball to catch it, was shoved by the Wittenberg defender, and was on his back, was still able to make the catch while he was on the ground. That was an incredible play.
Mikel Love with the reception of the year so far, and I know we're only a few drives into it, but still, never too early to say that that was a great play for the Yellow Jackets. 4 receivers set, 2 out right, 2 out left in the slot. Bubonics takes a snap, quick slings it out, and it is complete on the right side. Making a catch is tight end Austin Shuck. Shuck spread out wide right. Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Shuck usually closer to the line of scrimmage. They had him out on the numbers, giving Wittenberg just a little bit of a different look there. Gain of 4 on the play. Lindberger takes the handoff around left end, gets to the 25, plows his way close to the 20. He's going to be at the 22, but it's a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Josh Collins for Wittenberg tried to make an arm tackle and wasn't having any of it. Got shoved out of the way, and he was able to get the first down because of it.
Making an arm tackle on George Lindberger is going to be rather difficult. The St. Vincent St. Mary product, 5'10", 225.
I would not recommend arm tackling him.
3 receiver set with a wing on the right side. Bubonics takes the snap, looking right, and he overshoots the intended target. It's intercepted by the Tigers. They've got a lot of blockers in front for the return. It gets it out to midfield as Luke Jackson corrals the interception. Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication by the Yellow Jackets on offense, a different route being run than what was expected, and Jackson did a great job to jump from his safety spot, say, I'll take that, and return it into Yellow Jacket territory to the 49.
Yeah, it looked like, there was a definitely miscommunication in the route running, and ball was thrown to a spot where there was no Yellow Jacket, and, Wittenberg's now at the 50. Hopefully Baldwin Wallace can have that defense shore back up again and make them have to nice little 4 and out to get the ball back.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for the Yellow Jacket defensive front to show just how good they are. Caden Viancourt in on the right defensive end spot, working against the left tackle for the Tigers, Wyatt Osterhage. Milton fakes the pitch, throws it down the left sideline, and it's incomplete as TJ Gibbons, the Yellow Jacket free safety, forced Cade Ray to the sideline, and Ray couldn't make a stop in time to turn around and square up the ball.
Ray was almost able to get that with a one-handed catch. That would have been pretty impressive. But, that was not the type of throw you want right there. He wasn't able to turn back to the quarterback to try to get it.
2nd and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 49. Milton takes a snap, looks left again, quick slant. This one is complete, and it's going to be about 2 yards short of a first down. Is coming up with the reception, Khalil Trent.
Good thing that pass was a little bit high. Trent had to jump to get it. If he would have caught it, it could have been a first down.
So 3rd and 2 for the Tigers from the Yellow Jacket 41. Milton takes the snap, hands off to Manville. He's bottled up, and he's going to be right at the line to gain. And it's going to be a first down, says the line judge on the near side.
By a hair, because looked like Baldwin Wallace stopped him, but I think a little second momentum was able to get an extra yard for that first down.
That's why you always keep the legs driving. 1st and 10, Wittenberg from the Yellow Jacket 39. Milton drops back to pass, throws it behind Trent, and it falls incomplete. The Yellow Jackets moving with the wide receiver. Kaufman puts his hands on his helmet. He's a little frustrated. He thought he may have had an opportunity at a second interception, but he was going left. The ball went to his right.
It was a swarm of Yellow Jackets just waiting. Even if he did catch it, he wasn't even going to go anywhere.
We're going to have to put a jar on the table.
Yeah.
Every time we say it, pop a quarter in there. Motion man right to left. Milton throws it right. It's complete to Ray. He's going to be able to get out of a tackle attempt, and then forward momentum takes him to the 35-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 6 for the Tigers in Yellow Jacket territory.
Fake pitch left, come back, bubble screen right. Was able to get a couple yards, make it more manageable for Wittenberg here on this 3rd down attempt.
Given their field position, you have to think this is 4-down territory. They'd be kicking with a crosswind going west to east, so left to right across their offensive line. And it's too close to punt. Motion man goes right to left. Milton takes the snap. He's looking left all the way, completes it to Trent, and Trent is going to be stacked up and driven about 5 yards back. Forward Prague is going to take him right to the marker. And I don't know, if you go by the line judge on the near side, he was a half a yard short, but the referee comes in and says, nope, that's a first down at the 29-yard line.
I'm shocked they didn't even try to measure. That's right on the line. I would have, if I'm Baldwin Wallace, I'd be screaming for a measurement before they just give them the first down.
Tell you what, credit the Tigers, though. On the last 2 third downs, they know right where the sticks are, and they go right to it. They don't go 3 yards short. So 3 receiver set with a tight end, a wing on the left side, and 1 back in the backfield. That's Manville. Ray goes in motion, left to right. Milton flings it out to Ray on the right side, and he'll be knocked out of bounds by T.J. Gibbons after a gain of close to 4 yards. Called a gain of 3, making up a 2nd and 7.
It was a good little check down there from Milton. Baldwin Wallace had the rest of the receivers nice covered. This little flare route was able to get some positive yards out of it.
Yeah, you can live with that as a defense. You just don't want to get beat deep. 2 receivers out right, 1 out left. Milton fakes the handoff, throws it to the tight end TP, and he is bottled up quickly. Gain of maybe 1, depending upon the spot. Good defense by the Yellow Jackets to get to the receiver.
Just keep everything in front of you. Don't let anything behind you. You can manage it if it's right in front of you.
Dom Tromba did a good job to keep the play, like you said, in front of him and really put some pressure on TP to try to make a move, and he was unable to do so. 3rd and 6 now for the Tigers at the Baldwin Wallace 25. 3 receivers bunched right, 1 out left. Now motion man goes right to left. Milton takes the snap. Looking for Manville on the wheel route. He completes it to the 15, 10, 5, and Manville's going to be inside the 5 at the 2-yard line after the big play on the completion.
Wheel route out of the backfield. That was a blown coverage for Yellow Jackets. He was wide open along the sideline.
So 1st and goal from the 2. Milton to Manville. Manville stacked up in the backfield, leading the way. The free safety for the Yellow Jackets, T.J. Gibbons. He had some help from Zach Soul, the linebacker.
Milton almost fumbled that snap. Looked like there was a little bit of a delayed handoff because Milton couldn't get his hands on the ball, causing a little bit of a delay. Allowed Baldwin Wallace to swarm to the ball quicker.
So 2nd and goal for the Tigers at the Baldwin Wallace 3-yard line. And they go with a big formation up front, 2 tight end formation. Manville takes the snap. He's met and dropped in the backfield by Dom Tromba, the linebacker.
Great. He came right off the edge. He hit him and went straight down. There was no fighting after that one.
No, he hit him square right in the strike zone between the shoulders and the waist. And just a 1-yard gain for Manville. Brings up 3rd and goal from the Yellow Jacket 2-yard line.
Big play here.
We're going to wait for this 3rd down play to start the 2nd quarter, as at the end of the 1st, it's the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets 10, the Wittenberg University Tigers nothing. We're going to step aside for a brief break. When we come back, 2nd quarter action on BWYellowJackets.com. Welcome back to Tressel Field at the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's the 2024 season opener as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets host non-conference action against the Wittenberg University Tigers. Baldwin Wallace with a 10-0 lead. Wittenberg sitting at the Yellow Jacket 2-yard line for a 3rd and goal play. Matt Flor-Jancic alongside Brian Verkan on the call of the game today between these long-standing rivals that have not played since 1999. Milton, the quarterback, with Manville in the backfield. Milton takes a snap. He looks left, throws the fade, and it is going to be incomplete as the Yellow Jackets are able to break it up. But a flag on the play on the far side of the field, and the Yellow Jackets going to get hit with an encroachment penalty. So that will move the ball up 1 yard for a 3rd and goal at the 1.
Unfortunately, because that was a great defensive play there to be able to knock it down.
Nice hand fighting by the BW Yellow Jacket defender on the play. Unfortunately, the Yellow Jackets got a little bit of a head start on the play, so we'll do it again on 3rd down, but this time from the 1.
Just do it again.
It's as simple as that. Sounds simple. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets can execute defensively. It's a jumbo formation for Wittenberg. Milton takes a high snap, gives it to Manville. He's stacked up and dropped short of the goal line. It's a hold on the stop on by the Yellow Jackets.
Another high snap through Wittenberg's timing off. There was the late handoff, and the Jackets were able to just swarm again to the ball and stop him before he got to the goal line.
4th down and goal from the Yellow Jacket 1-yard line. And Wittenberg is going to burn its first time out of the half. While we have this break, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, University Hospitals, Trasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893, Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider, Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University, Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket football game against the Wittenberg Tigers on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. So 1 quarter in the books. The Yellow Jackets get a stop on 3rd down. Now face a 4th, or the Tigers face a 4th and goal against this Yellow Jacket defense from the BW 1-yard line. Manville flanking Milton on the right side. Man goes in motion right to left. Milton's going to pass. He throws it out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. The Yellow Jackets hold and make a defensive stand on 4th and goal.
J.D. Cruz got right into Milton's face, and he wasn't able to plant his feet. He kind of just threw that ball up there and hope for the best.
Trent got a hand on it. Trent got a hand on it, but as you said, BW's secondary able to make that a very difficult attempt in the back of the end zone and went off his hand out of bounds.
Yeah, Milton was already scrambling for his life. He didn't
he
have
was
really any
backpedaling.
time to set his feet and make a good throw.
Backpedaling, threw off his back foot, and now the Yellow Jackets have to avoid a turnover as they are at their own 1. Bubonics takes the snap, and he'll get some help from his friends, and we rugby scrum the ball up to the 3-yard line, so a gain of 2 on the play. And you won't see more effort to gain 2 yards on a football field than you just did there.
Well, that 2 yards is going to go a long way, too, because you hate being backed up on your own end zone. Get a little bit more breathing room.
So 2nd and 8 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 3-yard line. They're able to check out a couple of tight ends and bring in a couple of wide receivers. Conwell goes out wide right, and Vinny LeMayo will go out wide left. Lindberger, the back in the backfield, a tight end, a wing on the left side. Bubonics takes the snap, gives to Lindberger. He gets the ball to the 5, spins across to the 7, and he is stopped there by the Tigers.
Yeah, it looked like he was. Yeah, they looked like they got hit at the 4. Was able to spin back towards the center of the field. Was able to get 3 more yards out of it. make this third down more manageable.
Yeah, a little bit more manageable at 3rd and 5 from the 7-yard line. It's a lot better than 1st and 10 at the 1.
Very much so.
So 2 wide receivers go out left, 2 bunched out right. Lindberger, the back in the backfield, flanking Bubonics on the right side. Bubonics takes the high snap, looks left, looking left the whole way. Now he's going to run to the left side of the formation, and he gets sent out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Flag on the play. It's a hold against the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. If you're Wittenberg, you listen to the players on the field, and you decline it and take the result of the play.
Unless they're calling holding in the end zone, that's a safety.
It looks like they dropped the flag at the 3-yard line. So we shall see. So the Yellow Jackets will punt from their own end zone, and they'll do so with a wind that's going northwest to southeast across the field. Joseph Evans called on to send the ball away, and Cade Ray standing on the Yellow Jacket side of midfield ready to return. Evans gets the snap midway deep in the end zone, gets the right foot into it, and that is a driving spiral punt that bounces at the 42 and will roll to a stop inside the 30, call it the 28-yard line. What a kick by Joseph Evans. An outstanding attempt right there by the sophomore kicker.
He says, I see your wind, and I don't care.
No, he does not. This is a young man last year that punted 37 times for 1,476 yards, averaged 39.9 yards per kick, had a long kick of 57 yards with only 3 touchbacks, 11 fair catches, and 14 inside the 20-yard line. He also had 4 that went for 50-plus. Milton in at quarterback once more, sends a motion man left to right. He'll hand off. This time it is to Meeks, and he is stopped after a gain of close to 2 out near the 30-yard line.
This Baldwin Wallace defensive line is not allowing Wittenberg to get to the second level at all. They're getting hit right at the line and maybe getting 1-2 yards out of every run play.
And that's what you want to see out of the Yellow Jackets, make things difficult on the run game. 2 receivers bunched left, 2 bunched right, motion man left to right. Milton takes a snap, looking left the whole way. He'll complete the pass to the 35, out to the 40 with first down yardage and more on the reception. Earl Pope, the 5'10", 185-pound senior.
Was able to make a little juke move on the side, make a man miss. Was able to get that first down yardage for it.
So 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 42-yard line. 10-0 Yellow Jackets as we hit the 12-minute mark remaining in the half. Milton takes a snap, looking left all the way, throws it down the field, and it sails over the head of Pope into the Wittenberg bench.
And
incomplete.
Pope, but that ball didn't look good leaving his hand and just sailed over Pope, and so now you're on 2nd 10.
Not much Pope could do on that one. He was running a good route, and he was behind the defender, which is where you want to be, but that ball sailed on Milton. 4 receiver set, 2 left, 2 right, and we have a stoppage in play. BW did not like what they were seeing out of the Wittenberg offense, so they elect to call a timeout. That is the first charge timeout for the Yellow Jackets this half. And while we have this opportunity, once again, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. And Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. You're enjoying today's BW Yellow Jacket football game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers from their own 42-yard line. 2 receivers out left, 1 out right. Milton takes the snap, hands off to Meeks, and he tries to bounce it left, and he is taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Shooting up from his linebacker spot is sophomore Nolan Hartzell.
I feel like a broken record. Wittenberg's running backs can't get past the defensive line. They can't make a tackle. They can't break a tackle. They're just met and hit and go straight down.
3rd and long. Milton takes a snap, looking right the whole way. He'll throw it towards the Yellow Jacket sideline. It's complete, but it's going to be short of the sticks as the receiver goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line on the reception. That was tight end Troy Teepee. 4th down and 7 for the Tigers from their own 45-yard line, and the punting unit will come on.
It's a quarterback coach's worst nightmare, throwing across the body, across the field. You're just asking for the ball to be picked and sent back home.
Back deep to return for the Yellow Jackets, Colin Quinlan on to punt it away for the Tigers, Hayden Alcott. He fields the snap as it skips to him, puts the right foot into it. It's a wobbly punt that bounces at the 29 and goes nowhere quickly except straight up in the air. And it is tapped down by Aiden Dawson, the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, Wittenberg's having some real issues with their center and their long snappers. They're just either too high or too low.
They're not just right.
They're benefiting Baldwin Wallace because it's throwing everything off for them.
Yeah, it's throwing off the timing. Everything's about rhythm and timing in football, and Wittenberg is yet to find it on special teams. Bubonics with 3 receivers, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. He'll swing it out wide. It's complete to LeMayo. He steps out of a tackle, gets across the 40 to the 45, and he will be knocked out of bounds.
It looked like they're saying he went out at the 39.
Oh. That'll bring up is it 2nd and short or 1st? It'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Give him the first down.
So he stepped out of bounds. Good eyes to see that LeMayo had stepped out. Now Bubonics fakes the handoff once more, looking to pass deep down the field. He has LeMayo, and a great recovery by the Tigers. Jordan Stipe with the great recovery to knock the ball away from LeMayo.
That ball just hang up a second too long because he had a step on him, but that ball lofted just a tad bit and allowed Stripe to be able to make up a recovery and be able to swat that ball down.
So 3rd and 1 for the Yellow Jackets now. Tyrone Singleton, the 5'9", 185-pound sophomore, in at running back. 3 receiver set, a wing on the left side. Bubonics takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. He's going to run around left end, get across the 40, first down yardage, and he's out to the 43-yard line.
Looked like at first he was trying to get to the sideline, but he was able to cut back in to get that first down.
You don't always like seeing your quarterback go upfield like that, but Bubonics did a good job to not only get the yardage needed, get a couple extra, but also protect himself too.
Exactly. Yeah, because that's where the dangerous hits happen. You don't want to see him get hurt.
Bubonics takes the snap. It's a little high. He'll hand off to Singleton. Singleton gets to the 45, gain of 2, brings up 2nd and 8. And much like what you were saying about Wittenberg's running backs, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets haven't really had much of an opportunity to spring a big one yet either.
No, they're chipping away. Both sides are just chipping away on offense. Hopefully one of these plays just breaks off a big run, but it's tough sledding for the offensive line to get some momentum.
Out of a 3-receiver look, Bubonics takes the high snap. He throws it behind the tight end, Shuck, and it's nearly intercepted by Jackson. That was almost pick number 2 for Jackson as he lost it on the rollover. He was on the ground and could not corral it.
Yeah, Bubonics threw it behind him. It's never a good thing when that happens, and luckily he wasn't able to hold on for that interception.
So LeMayo, Conwell, and Kelleher go wide right. Out wide left for the Yellow Jackets is Connor Awad. Bubonics screen pass to Singleton, and Singleton wasn't looking back for the ball. And that's an incompletion, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Yellow Jackets. Bubonics at the end of that play was a little worse for the wear after taking a nice hit from one of the Tigers.
I mean, naturally on a screen, you want the defense to pretend they're coming at you. But I don't think Baldwin Wallace intended for them to be that in the backfield that quickly, and really didn't allow that screen to really set up to their advantage.
Conwell on the snap it to Evans on the punt. Ray back deep to return. Evans fields it at the 31, gets the right foot into it, and another spiraling punt. That'll be fair caught inside the 15 at the 14-yard line where the Tigers will start their next drive.
You got Baldwin Wallace's defense and Evans pinning Wittenberg back. It's going to be tough sledding for Wittenberg to get any momentum going because Baldwin Wallace's defense is just stifling them. They're not able to get big chunks of plays at all.
Yeah. How about this for rushing totals? On 10 attempts, 18 yards for the Tigers. They're averaging 1.8 yards per rushing attempt. Yards per play, 2.61 yards for the Tigers.
That just credits Baldwin Wallace's defense. Just how stout they are right now.
3 receiver look with a tight end on the right side. Milton trying to pass. He'll throw it on the left side to Trent, and it sails incomplete into the Wittenberg bench. In on coverage for the Yellow Jackets, Colin Kaufman.
Yeah, even when they're Milton's going back to pass, even the passes aren't even can't get through the air or on the ground.
Now Milton now hands off. Manville once again stacked at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for a gain of 3, maybe call it 4 on the play, and that's actually one of Wittenberg's best running plays that they've had this day, this season opener. It's been tough sledding, as you've said, Brian, multiple times. This Yellow Jacket defense really making them work for every yard. 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. It's a 4 receiver set with 1 man in the backfield. 2 receivers bunched in the slot on the right side. Now a man goes in motion right to left. Milton flares it to the running back. It's Manville on the reception, and he is going to get just enough for a first down. Needed the 24, got the ball to the 25.
Almost got a little eager there. They thought they would be able to get an easy sack. That was a perfect play call for Wittenberg to get that first down. Caught Baldwin Wallace too aggressive.
1st and 10 now. Milton looking to his left. Steps up in the pocket, throws it down the field. It's complete to Trent. Trent to the 45-yard line before he is cut down by Kaufman. Yellow Jackets, a little bit of separation on that left side right there, and Trent took advantage.
It looks like Kaufman might have slipped on his back pedal. Was able to. He kept on going when Wittenberg stopped. When they stopped, caught that pass.
So handoff inside. That's Manville, and Manville just springs an 11-yard gain to the Yellow Jacket 45-yard line. So now Wittenberg back-to-back first down plays. They're starting to build some positive momentum here as we are under 7 minutes left to go in the half. And again, Manville breaks it free over the middle. He is brought down by TJ Hansel, the safety, but not before getting another first down. 3 straight plays resulting in first downs, and Wittenberg going with tempo now. Bunch ride receivers wide left. Manville takes it. He's met in the backfield. He is brought down, and he is brought down by his face mask, and that's going to be a big-time penalty against the Yellow Jackets.
Able to hit him in the backfield, but that's
when you see a running back go down by his face by head first, you know that there was some tugging on that face mask. Linebacker Jonathan Dixon flagged for the personal foul. That'll march the Tigers inside the red zone to the Yellow Jacket 18.
I think the past 3 plays for Wittenberg, they've gotten more offense in the first 5 possessions that they've had.
They sure have, and now it's time for the Yellow Jacket defense to try and tighten the screws a little bit and make life a little bit more difficult for the Tigers. 3 receivers set, 2 off left, 1 off right, a tight end, a wing on the right side with Meeks to back in the backfield. Milton making a check at the line, drops back in a shotgun formation. Milton sends a man in motion, and we have a stoppage in play. Wittenberg not being their own friend there as they commit a delay of game penalty and they lose 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the Yellow Jacket 23 instead of 1st and 10 from the 18. Milton drops back now into the shotgun formation once more with 3 receivers. Man goes in motion left to right. It'll be handed off to that man in the backfield, and it's another face mask on the Yellow Jackets. A good placement by the Yellow Jackets as Hashim Rashid was the first to the ball carrier, but you can't tug on the face mask, and Pope will get Wittenberg that next first down.
Baldwin Wallace isn't doing themselves too many favors right now.
Not on this drive. Hansel, the free safety, called for the face mask. Rashid was the first man to hit the ball carrier. Hansel came in to try and help, and that's when he got caught reaching his hand in and tugging on the face mask. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the Yellow Jacket 12-yard line. 3 receivers set. Meeks in the backfield out of a pistol formation. Meeks will take it up the middle, and he will be met right at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for a gain of 2 to the 10.
That's the Baldwin Wallace defense that we've seen all game.
Judah Reed and Jordan Smith in on the stop for BW.
Making your running back run into the back of your offensive lineman.
Manville back into the game for the Tigers. Milton looking to pass, looks right side. It's complete, and it's stopped short of the end zone is wide receiver Bryce Ray. He got upended, fell forward, fell straight down at the 1.
Looked like he fell right on the line, but that ball did not cross over yet, so they didn't give it to him.
So 1st and goal from inside the 1. The Tigers have 4 cracks at it deep in the heart of Yellow Jacket territory. The big boys up front. Manville switches from the right to the left side. He'll take the handoff, run straight ahead, and he's in for the Wittenberg University touchdown.
Yeah, run right up the middle, nothing fancy.
Doesn't have to be.
Not that close. You don't have to try to be fancy.
Nope, you just have to be effective, and that's exactly what Wittenberg was on that drive.
Goal line stands. It's a matter of will at that point.
Lucas Swerk on to attempt the extra point out of a hold from Alcott. Snap back, ball down, kick up, and the kick is good. And that 10-point lead for the Yellow Jackets down to 3 now, as it is Baldwin Wallace 10, Wittenberg 7 with 4:27 to play here in the first half. Nice drive by the Tigers. And as you said earlier in that drive, what they had done up until that point, they eclipsed it in short order.
Yeah, that's what was missing from their first couple series is big chunk plays. They were trying to just getting a couple yards here and there. This past drive, they were able to get 10, 12 big chunk plays that put Baldwin Wallace on their heels, and then they kept it up tempo. So it doesn't allow Baldwin Wallace to get any chance to catch their breath. And they just kept going and going and going, and paid off for them in the end.
But to one of your points earlier, those snaps were more on target out of the shotgun and the pistol formations. Makes a big difference when you're on time and you can be on target. Mikkel Love and Tyrone Singleton back deep to return the kickoff for the Yellow Jackets. On the kickoff for Wittenberg is number 46, Matthew Herr. The southpaw puts the foot into it, and it'll be fielded at the 3 by Singleton. He runs up the hash mark, gets to the 20, not to the 30, trying to bounce outside, and gets taken down by the kicker. He's going to hear about that in the special teams meetings from his teammates, but he rattled off a great return out to the Yellow Jacket 37.
Yeah, it was a great return, went straight up the middle, and only had one guy to break it for could have even gone for a touchdown, but that was a great return. Get Baldwin Wallace closer to midfield to start this series.
An outstanding return by Singleton, and much needed, too. That was really the first opportunity the Yellow Jackets have had on kickoff return this season. 3 receivers set, 2 out left, 1 out right, 1 back in the backfield. That's Victor Ford Jr. Bubonics takes a snap, hands off to Ford. He's around right end, gains about 6 to bring up 2nd and 4 as he was able to get out to the outside and push the ball to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and he was able to bounce it a little bit out to the outside, was able to get a lot more yards out of that than originally anticipated.
So Bubonics out of the pistol formation now with a tight end, a wing on the left side. He'll get the snap, hand off to Ford Jr. Ford trying to bounce it outside, stiff arms his way around one defender. Now in a second, gets up to the 45, and he'll be stopped there just shy of the 46-yard line to bring up 3rd and short.
Great effort by Ford to be able to get those couple extra yards because it looked like he was about to get hit at the line of scrimmage.
He was going to.
And just kept on pushing closer to the outside, was able to get a stiff arm and be able to turn it up a bit to make this a 3rd and short.
So from the 45, the Yellow Jackets need the 47-yard line. Bubonics takes the snap, hands off to Ford. He's hit and dropped in the backfield for a couple of yard loss. Back to the 44-yard line will be a 4th down play for the Yellow Jackets.
Again, another run blitz. Wittenberg knew that they were going to run the ball and had the back end crash in. No one blocked him, was able to trip Ford up in the backfield.
So Joseph Evans on the punt. Cade Ray back to return for the Tigers. Evans gets the snap, gets the kick away cleanly. It's a low line driver that'll bounce it to 26. It'll hit Ray, and it's going to be recovered. Oh, initially the Yellow Jackets looked like they recovered, but it's scooted away from one of the Yellow Jackets, and the Tigers pounced on it. Missed opportunity there for the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, went right through his hands. He had it. Just squirted right out.
That's the 2nd time that Ray has had trouble fielding a kick today. That one came on the hop.
Yeah, that one was going to be tough to handle anyway. That took a big hop right in front of him.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 16-yard line. 2:37 to go. It's 10-7 in favor of the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Four receiver set for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Manville. He is tripped up in the backfield and brought down by linebacker Tyler Smith.
Great leg tackle there. Wasn't able to barely get back to the line of scrimmage. He didn't even get to the back of the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard.
So call it a 2nd and 11 from the 15. 4 receiver look once more. Milton takes a snap, looks to his left. He'll throw it to Trent on a slot. It's broken up by the Yellow Jackets. In on the coverage for BW, outstanding sophomore Marquis Vereen.
Been a tough catch. The ball was a little bit high again and wasn't able to corral it. And Baldwin Wallace was right there to swat it away, so he wasn't able to corral it.
Trent has had a good ball game today. He's shown an ability to go up in traffic and make receptions, but that was just a good play by Vereen. And sometimes you have to tip your cap to the defender. 4 receiver look once more. 2 receivers out wide, 2 in the slot on each, 1 on each side. Milton hands off to Manville up the middle, and he is going to be stacked up by Dom Tromba, and he'll gain maybe 2 yards on the play to make it 4th and 9, but the Yellow Jackets will burn it timeout to try and preserve some of the clock.
Yeah, I don't know if Wittenberg was almost playing to punt because that was just a simple run up the middle, 4th and 11, or 3rd and 11. You're not. The chances of you getting a first down on that are very slim.
Excuse me for over talking. The Yellow Jackets did not burn a timeout. It's the 2-minute warning called at 1:58 to go here in the first half. The Yellow Jackets with a 10-7 advantage over Wittenberg, and the defense just made a great stand. As you said, tough sledding when you're 3rd and 11 to call a draw up the middle. You're asking for a lot of things to have to go right in a very narrow window of space, and it was not the case for the Tigers there.
Especially when you haven't had a whole lot of success doing it during the rest of the game. Sure, you had one series where that worked, but you've had 5 other series where it didn't. So the odds weren't in your favor to begin with. So
back deep to return the punt for the Yellow Jackets, Colin Quinlan on to kick it away for the Tigers. 5'10", 175-pound junior Hayden Olcott. Olcott gets it away with the right foot. It's a nice punt that's going to bounce at the 45 and roll into the sideline around the 42-yard line. Call it the 41, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets on their side of the 50.
Luckily, that took a good Baldwin Wallace bounce, because if that would have kept on going, that could have ended up putting the Baldwin Wallace pin right back, but that hit the ground and shot to the sideline rather than kept on going, so it saved Baldwin Wallace probably a good 15 yards.
We'll just put it this way. It hit the ground, and it took a Yellow Jacket left turn out of bounds. 4 receiver look, 3 out left, 1 out right, 1 back in the backfield for the Yellow Jackets. And Bubonics will be in a shotgun formation. Ball at the 41-yard line. Bubonics takes the snap, looks to his left. It's hit into the air, and Bubonics pulls a Patrick Mahomes and goes and gets the ball before a defender can take it away.
That's great. Having great wherewithal. That ball went straight up, and rather than just letting it happen, he went up to catch it so no one else could.
Yeah, there was no hesitation right there by Charlie Bubonics. That's good football instincts right there. 4 receiver set, 2 left, 2 right. Bubonics, 2nd and 14, looking to pass. Now he'll scramble out to his left, and he's going to tuck it and run it to the 40, and he's going to be ridden out of bounds. There's the flag as he was tackled out of bounds by the Tigers. And that's what you can't have happen if you're Wittenberg.
Yeah, I don't know what. He was already riding him out of bounds and then just decided to just throw him into the ground. He's pleading his case that it wasn't a penalty, but you can't slam his head into the ground and expect not to get in trouble for it.
The penalty goes against defensive tackle Nick Wadsworth, the 6'2", 260-pound senior.
As a senior, you got to have more
situational awareness.
Like, you're a leader. You can't make that type of play in this situation, especially with Baldwin Wallace now trying to get into the red zone before the half ends.
Bunch trips receivers out left, 1 out wide right for the Yellow Jackets at the 42-yard line of the Wittenberg Tigers. 1st and 10. Bubonics throws a slant right side. It's complete to Oliver Kelleher down to the 35-yard line. So called a gain of 7 to bring up a 2nd and 3.
That was a good catch. That pass wasn't very high. Caught him right at his knees, but he was able to slide down and catch it.
Narrow window, but the wide receiver did a good job to catch it. Kelleher catching it in the backfield this time. Gets to the 30 and gets upended right there, but that's still a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets.
Cameron Snurr for Wittenberg celebrating a big hit, but he wasn't able to get it before Baldwin Wallace got the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets at the Wittenberg 30. Bubonics takes the snap in a 4-receiver set. Flushed out to his left now, scrambles to his right. He'll tuck it and run it again. This time gets to the 26-yard line. Maybe they'll call it out as a 27, so gain of 3. And A stoppage in play. Looks like the Yellow Jackets may have called a timeout.
I would hope not. He ran out of bounds.
Well, they were pointing towards the Yellow Jacket sideline, so. Oh, maybe they were pointing at the scoreboard that we've had some clock issues. It's the second time we've had to reset the clock on this drive, but we're back underway. 2nd and 7 from the Wittenberg 27 for the Yellow Jackets out of a 4-receiver set. Bubonics takes the snap, looking one-on-one coverage out right, throws it to the end zone, and it's caught for the Yellow Jacket touchdown. Oliver Kelleher hauls in the fade route and gets the touchdown for the Yellow Jackets.
That was a beautiful pass. Turned right at the right time to catch it at its highest, catch it at the highest point. Man, that was a thing of beauty right there.
That one makes your highlight tape on both sides because the wide receiver Keller did an outstanding job to go and get the ball
Not
too.
on the defender's highlight tape.
Fair point. Joseph Evans on to attempt the extra point on the hold of Donovan Burkett. The ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets go back in front by 10 as they lead it 17-7 over the Wittenberg Tigers with 25 seconds left to go here in the first half of play.
And if you're Baldwin Wallace, that's exactly how you want this half to end. They probably would have preferred it to have a little bit closer with no time left, but I don't anticipate Wittenberg trying to do anything fancy here, but that was a great drive to get a touchdown right before the half.
And not only that, you get the ball starting the second half. So it's an opportunity for you to get a double dip and increase that lead. Evans will be on to kick it away for the Yellow Jackets. Back deep to return for the Tigers. Eric Rashid, number 17, and Cade Ray, number 2, both sophomores.
That late hit penalty really,
that's a killer.
That put Baldwin Wallace right in the headspace for like, oh, no, we just got another 15 yards. Let's go for it.
And win for it, go for it they did, and they were successful at it. Now they just have to hold on to the advantage for another 25 seconds and take a 10-point lead into the half. Evans approaches the ball, puts the right foot into it, squibs it. It'll be scooped up at the 29. And the ball carrier, Adam Polacco, the backup tight end, will get it to the 34, what'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Don't anticipate too many tight ends running around trying to.
No, they're there to block.
Make a return on that one.
They actually backed him up to the 33-yard line, so call it a gain of 4 on the return. And Wittenberg will line up in the what is known as the victory formation, and Milton will put the knee down into the turf, and the Tigers will expend the final 20 seconds of this first half. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets will take a 17-7 advantage into the halftime break as they lead the Wittenberg University Tigers by 10. We're going to step aside for a break and let you enjoy the sounds of the BW Marching Band. As we take the halftime break, we'll be back with a preview of the second half and the third quarter of action right here on BWYellowJackets.com.
PW, if you like that, you're gonna love our final tune today. Hitting number 12 in 1971 by the legendary rock icon Santana. Get ready, sing it loud, everybody's waiting for a change. Fans dig this sound, it's time to get out. As the PV band plays Santana's Everybody's Everything.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tressel Field at the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's the 2024 season opener between the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jacket football team and the Wittenberg University Tigers. At the half, it's Baldwin Wallace 17, Wittenberg 7. Taking a look at the halftime statistics. First downs, Wittenberg has double what the Yellow Jackets do, 12-6. Rushing yards, Wittenberg 52 yards on 19 carries, BW's 36 yards on 17 carries. Passing yards just about even, favoring the Yellow Jackets by 3, 93-90. Wittenberg 13 of 23 passing with no touchdowns and 1 interception. BW 8 of 13 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Total offensive plays for the Wittenberg Tigers, 142 yards on 42 plays. The Yellow Jackets 129 yards on 30 plays. Individually, Charlie Bubonics leading the way for the Yellow Jackets, 8 of 13 for 93 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Max Milton, 13 of 23 for 90 yards with an interception for the Tigers that was taken back for a Yellow Jacket touchdown by Colin Kaufman, a 33-yard interception return for a touchdown, for the first touchdown of the Yellow Jacket 2024 season. Leading the way rushing the football for the Yellow Jackets, George Lindberger with 16 yards on 4 carries, a long of 7 yards. Victor Ford Jr., 11 yards on 6 carries. Charlie Bubonics, 7 yards on 6 carries. And Tyrone Singleton, 2 yards on 1 carry. Rushing for the Wittenberg Tigers with 45 yards on 14 carries, Christian Manville. The majority of that damage came late in that second quarter on the touchdown drive for the Tigers. Up to that point, the Yellow Jackets did a good job to bottle up the Tigers. TJ Meeks with 9 yards on 4 rushing attempts. Leading the way receiving with 33 yards for the Tigers. It's Khalil Trent on 3 receptions, and then Manville has 30 yards on 2 receptions for the Yellow Jackets. Mikel Love has a 40-yarder that he caught on his back that probably would have gone to the house had he caught it in stride. Oliver Kelleher with 39 yards and 1 touchdown on 3 receptions for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Matt Florjancic alongside Brian Verkan on the call of the game today. And Brian, when you look at it, the story, at least initially, is the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jacket defense only surrendering 142 total yards, but also taking a pick 6 back for a touchdown. That makes a huge difference on the scoreboard. The yardage discrepancy obviously favors the Tigers, but that's due in large part to the fact that the Yellow Jackets have been on 2 short fields to get those first 10 points, 1 on a fumble and then 1 on a pick 6.
Yeah, this game is being decided by the defense right now, and luckily Baldwin Wallace's defense is just a tad bit better than Wittenberg's. Able to get some short fields for the Baldwin Wallace offense, as well as getting a defensive touchdown out of it to give them the first lead of the season, or the first touchdown of the season, I should say. So we'll see how the offenses showed a little bit of, both sides showed a little bit more flash towards the end of the second quarter. We'll see if it's more offensive driven or if the defense is still going to make, both sides of the defense are going to show they're going to control the tempo of the game, and we'll see how this second half goes.
We mentioned that today's the opener for the 2024 season. The Yellow Jackets have a busy month of September. They don't get their bye week till October 5th. And before then, they will play back-to-back road games at Wilmington and Capital over the next 2 weeks, respectively. And then they host the Mount Union Purple Raiders on Saturday, September 28th. BW also hosting that weekend. It's Bold and Gold weekend festivities starting on the 27th and going to the 28th. The homecoming game features BW versus Mount Union with kickoff slated for 2 p.m. on Saturday the 28th. But a boatload of festivities abound that weekend in Berea. And check bwyellowjackets.com and bw.edu for more information on Bold and Gold Weekend, a celebration all things Yellow Jackets in Berea as they welcome one of their chief rivals in the Ohio Athletic Conference to Baldwin Wallace. The last time the Purple Raiders made that trip up to Alliance, it was decided literally on the last play of the game. It did not go the Yellow Jackets' way. BW would like to correct that coming up in a few weeks. But before they can worry about that, there's the matter at hand, and that's the Wittenberg University Tigers in the Lee Tressel Classic here in Berea. And the Yellow Jackets will receive the second half kickoff. Remember, they won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half. They will take the ball to start and looking for that double dip, if you will. They got a touchdown late in the first half. Now they're looking for a touchdown to start this second half and try to build on what is a 10-point advantage at 17-7.
Yeah, you get that touchdown at the end of the half. If you can get down and get another touchdown at the beginning of the half, that's really going to put a lot of pressure on Wittenberg to have to now, even if they're going to have to start throwing the ball more, even though they've been heavily leaning on the run game, which really hasn't been too successful, but their passing game hasn't been too successful either. But if Baldwin Wallace can come down, get that touchdown that started this second half, that's going to put them in prime position for this rest of this game.
Matthew Herr on to kick it off for the Tigers. He's a southpaw kicker, back deep to return. Tyrone Singleton and Mikkel Love. Herr puts the left foot into it, and it's directed towards Love. He'll field it 1 yard deep in the end zone. He's going to bring it out, get it to the 10, to 15, spins out of one tackle, gets to the 20, trying to jitterbug his way to the 25, and he will get to the 25, close to the 26 before he is wrapped up and taken down by the Tigers.
Got a nice little head of steam there and broke out of a couple arm tackles and was able to get past the 20 to about the 26.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets as we start this second half of action. Shuck, the tight end in the formation on the right side. Victor Ford Jr., the back in the backfield. 3 receivers out wide left. Conwell nearest to the line of scrimmage. Handoff goes to Victor Ford Jr. He's across the line of scrimmage and will get no further as he is tripped up and stopped at the 26. No gain. It brings up 2nd and 10.
Stretch off tackle to the right and offensive line wasn't able to get any push. And Wittenberg defensive line just stood their ground, and Victor wasn't able to get anything out of it.
So some shifting going on by Charlie Bubonics as he brings the tight end over to the right side of the formation, sends 3 receivers out left with Victor Ford Jr. in the backfield. Bubonics takes the high snap. Looking to his right now, flushed out left. He's got some blockers in front. Looking for Ford to hit him in. He will. Gets to the 35. Now spins to the 40. That's first down yardage and more for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Tough running right there by the sophomore signal caller.
Like we were talking about in the first half, there was a chance for him to go out of bounds, but he cut back up to get the first down. It kind of happened again. He looked like he was about to go out of bounds, then try to go upfield to get that first down, and that's where a lot of dangerous hits happen.
Fortunately, he was able to avoid a big one, and now he'll send Shuck to the left side where he'll be a wing with one back in the backfield. Bubonics takes a snap, hands off to Victor Ford Jr., runs behind Shuck, gets to the 45, out to the 47-yard line. Yeah, check that, the 46-yard line, gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4 for the Yellow Jackets.
Good first down carry there. Haven't seen a whole lot of those so far this game. Hopefully this is thing of signs to come.
Leading the way on that was junior left tackle Alex Smith, the 6'4", 305-pounder. Victor Ford Jr. with the play fake. Bubonics over the middle. It's intercepted. Threw it right to Cameron Snur. Snur on the return. Gets to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15. Gets a block 10, 5. Pick 6 for the Tigers. Goodness. That sure changes the momentum to start this second half.
Yeah, look, Bubonics got a lot of hands in his face.
Flag down where Snur caught the interception. Pass interference signaled against the Wittenberg Tigers, and that's crushing. That is absolutely crushing to get a defensive score like that and have it taken off the board. Safety Josh Collins, a 6'1", 185-pound senior, flagged for pass interference. And there is no lonelier spot on the football field than right there where he was flagged for pass interference.
That is for how we felt about 30 seconds ago. That was a massive change of momentum from Baldwin Wallace back to Baldwin Wallace to keep this ball in their possession. Now with a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets at the Wittenberg 38-yard line. Bubonics fakes the handoff to Ford and is quickly wrapped up and dropped, taken down by Dalton Allen, the sophomore defensive end. Now we have some extracurriculars, and a flag flies late, so the Yellow Jackets lose yardage on the play and are likely staring at losing more yardage on a penalty.
There was some hand fighting between number 45 for Wittenberg.
Yeah, that's Tyree Smith, their sophomore linebacker. Right guard Grant Davis, a 6'3" senior, flagged for the personal foul. So after the play, means the loss of yardage stands, and BW is now looking at a 2nd and 25 from their own 44-yard line. They need to get the ball to the Wittenberg 28. Bubonics takes the snap, looking left all the way, and it's complete to Donovan Burkett. He's up to midfield, called a gain of 6, and that'll make it a slightly less 3rd and long at 3rd and 19.
Yeah, that was a nice, simple, easy play. He looked right at him. He wasn't going to anywhere else on that play just to get a couple yards out of it.
You don't have to get it all back at one time, and the Yellow Jackets just trying to chip it away. From midfield, it's a 3rd and 19. 12 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Bubonics takes a snap. It's a screen play to Victor Ford Jr., and he is going to be taken down in the backfield, leading the charge for the Wittenberg Tigers, Jordan Stipe.
Wittenberg snuffed that screen out. Offensive line wasn't able to get a couple blocks, and he was met by a couple Tigers, and there was really nothing else he could do out of that.
Cade Ray back deep to return the punt. Joseph Evans on to send it away for the Yellow Jackets. Tim Conwell to snap it from his own 47-yard line. Conwell gets it to Evans. Evans with a nice right foot end-over-end kick, bounces it to 22, and it will roll inside the 10, inside the 5, and it will stop at the Wittenberg 4-yard line. I don't know what's going on around the OAC and other games, but I think Joseph Evans is the early clubhouse leader for OAC Special Teams Player of the Week.
I would agree wholeheartedly. His punting ability is able to get, doesn't have to go too far, but he knows how to get those right bounces, and it has put Wittenberg in bad situations all game.
He's got a couple of extra points, a 30-yard field goal, and then 5 punts for 254 yards, averaging 50.8 yards per punt. Manville on the carry, breaks it loose, out to the 20, out to the 25, to the 30, and that's a nice 26-yard run. That's the biggest play of the day for the Tigers running game.
Yeah, simple running play right up the middle, and he went through a couple arm tackles and just kept on going.
It's going to be very difficult to arm tackle a 6'1", 205-pound running back. Fake to Manville. It'll be swung out to Trent. Trent gets out of one tackle and then gets absolutely clobbered by T.J. Hansel, the free safety. Gain of 9 on the play brings up 2nd and 1 for the Tigers. Now the playbook's pretty much open from your own 39-yard line. Motion man is the tight end. TP, he goes right to left. Milton pitches it out to Manville. And he gets the line to gain +1 before he is taken down with a shoulder tackle. That was a pretty nice collision on both sides.
Yeah. Stoppable force versus an immovable object.
Yeah, Manville gave as good as he got on that one. Trust in that one. First and 10 Tigers from their own 42-yard line. 4 receiver look for the Tigers. 3 out wide right. Now Manville motions out left. So empty backfield. Milton takes the snap. Quick drop, throws it out right, and it's going to be caught by the tight end, TP. He caught it right around the 30 and fell forward to the BW 28-yard line.
It was one-on-one coverage. Alden Steele was able to get his head around, try to swat it away. He tried to, at the last second, try to put his hand up there to try to get it out of the grasp, but that was great hand-eye coordination.
Milton fakes the handoff to Meeks, swings it out right. It's complete. Nope, incomplete. They're going to say Bryce Ray was out of bounds. So it was an open route, but field awareness not on the Tiger side that time as Ray stepped out of bounds.
No, he was already 2 feet out of bounds when he caught it. He thought he was well in bounds, tried to turn up to run. Referee goes, "No, sir."
So 2nd and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 28-yard line. The Tigers with 2 receivers out left, 2 receivers out right. Now TP goes in motion right to left, and he'll be a wing on the left side. Meeks the back in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, and he trips. He got bitten by the turf monster, tripped his way forward back to the line of scrimmage. He tripped at the 31, fell forward to the 28.
Helped Baldwin Wallace on that one. I don't know if he would have gotten a lot of yards, but he could have gotten a couple yards out of that. There wasn't open. He was trying to cut back to the left. There was not a whole lot of defenders over there. But luckily that the turf monster got him. So 12th defender on that one.
Yeah, no doubt. Little home field advantage. 3 receivers out left, 1 out right. Milton looking left the whole way, and he's going to be sacked. It's a loose ball. It's fallen on by the Tigers. Milton got absolutely crushed, and it was number 19, Jordan Smith, who was in on the sack.
Number 77, Bravo for Wittenberg, just happened to be in the right spot because that ball bounced right into his stomach and just fell down because you don't want your offensive lineman trying to scoop and score after that one.
No. Angel Bravo living up to his name as he bails out the quarterback on the strip sack. And now Wittenberg going to be on to attempt a 49-yard field goal. It's Lucas Swerk who will do the kicking. The snap is back, the ball is down, the kick is on the way, but a stoppage in play before he could get that kick away. The Tigers called timeout, and they will redo 4th down.
They trying to ice their own kicker?
4th and 14 from the Baldwin Wallace 32. The ball will be spotted at roughly the 39-yard line, so it'll be a 49-yard kick. And like you said, you don't really want to do that to your own guy, but I guess discretion is the better part of valor. If you see something that just isn't quite right, you call the timeout and live the fight another day. 7:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter from Tressel Field inside the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. And Wittenberg trying to make it a 1-score game if possible. The Yellow Jackets looking to keep it at 10 points as they lead at 17-7. Luke Jackson on to hold. Schwerk on the kick. He'll be spotted at the 39. The snap is back. The ball is down. The kick is on the way. And the kick is wide left. The Yellow Jackets hold, and they will maintain their 10-point advantage. It's 17-7. While we have this break in the action, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893, Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. 4-receiver look for the Yellow Jackets, and it'll be Bubonic swinging it out right side to Conwell. Conwell across the 35, and he will be taken out of bounds after a decent gain on 1st down. Today's game also being brought to you by Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University, Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Mike's Bar and Grill, a great place to or before or after any Yellow Jacket event. Bubonics with 3 receivers out left, takes a snap, finds Conwell again at the 40-yard line, and he will be 2 yards short of a first down, so it'll bring up 3rd and short for the Yellow Jackets. You're enjoying today's game on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV.
That's a nice little snag. That ball was behind him, but he was able to turn around and get his hands behind him to be able to catch that ball, make it a 3rd and short.
A bunch of receivers in the slot on the left side. Conwell in the slot on the right. Bubonics takes the snap. He's got Lindberger wide open. Lindberger catches the ball, gets to the 45, run out of bounds at the 49, go at the 48 but not before getting a first down. So good awareness right there by Lindberger to run to a wide open spot.
I don't know if Bubonics was trying to look more upfield. I don't know if he was missing the check down, but Lindberger's wide open right in front of him and just tossed the ball and he was able to get the first down.
Trips receivers bunched to the left side of the formation. One wide receiver out right. That's Mikkel Love. Bubonics looking right now, looking to scramble. Gets to the 45, gets across midfield, looking for a block, and will be pushed out at midfield. A little extracurricular there by number 50 of the Wittenberg University Tigers. Joshua Brophy, one of the defensive linemen, gave I don't know if I'd call it a full remember me shot to Charlie Bubonics or more of just a, hey, how's it going shove after he was already out of bounds and into the Yellow Jackets sideline. That drew the ire of the Yellow Jackets, but no flags flew.
And right in front of the ref, too. That was actually pretty surprising.
So 4 receivers set. Bubonics takes a snap, looking to his right. Finds Conwell on a slant and gains about 6 to bring up 3rd and 2.
Conwell's getting a lot of attention so far on this drive.
Yeah, Tim Conwell, one of the best wide receivers the Yellow Jackets have seen in recent years, came on, made an immediate impact as a freshman, caught some long down-the-field touchdowns, and at 5'9", 165 pounds, he still finds a way to use his frame to make some big plays. Lindberger gets the handoff on 3rd down and gets the first down. And not much more as he got the ball right to the line to gain at the 42.
Needed 2. He maybe got
two and a couple inches after that. So 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets at the Wittenberg 42-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. It's Yellow Jackets 17, Wittenberg 7. Bubonics takes the snap with 4 wide receivers. Looking to his right, and he will be brought down on the other side of the 50. He is sacked on the play by cornerback Tyler Van Meter.
It's good coverage for Wittenberg, and he had nowhere to go. It's just he held on for just a tad too long, trying to wait for somebody to get open, but no one ever did.
So 2nd and 19 from the Yellow Jackets side of midfield. 3 receivers outright. Bubonics takes a snap, fakes the handoff, screens it out to LeMayo. LeMayo catches it at the 45, trying to jitterbug his way back to the line of scrimmage. He'll get to the 50. So all that movement for a gain of 1 yard for the Yellow Jackets. 3rd and 18 now for BW.
Yeah, caught that little bubble screen. I thought he had more of an opening straight up, and he tried to bounce it out to the outside, and there was nothing there for him to make a move on. So he barely got a yard out of it.
So 3rd and long for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers out left, 2 receivers out right, 1 back in the backfield to help in blocking. Now Bubonics going to keep himself, runs into his left tackle, stays on his feet for a moment, and then is brought down at the 45-yard line. The Yellow Jackets went the wrong way real quick when they got into Wittenberg territory, and now they're going to be forced to punt as Joseph Evans is called upon to do what he has done well all game, and that's average 50 yards a punt.
I don't know if that last play was a designed quarterback draw, but Bubonic saw something, tried to run up, and then ran right into his left tackle. And by that time, he was surrounded by Tigers. And
yeah, well, you're not going anywhere at that point. And when you're 6'1", 185 pounds, and you run into a 6'4", 305-pound wall. You tend to bounce the wrong way. A mishandled punt, and the Yellow Jackets pounce on the loose ball. They recover it at the 25-yard line. And once again, special teams and defense comes up with a big play for the Yellow Jackets at the perfect time. And the Wittenberg special teams problems continue to bite them.
Cade Ray again, he mishandled the punt, and it just bounced off his chest, went straight forward, right in the arms of a Yellow Jacket. Now you got a short field for the Jackets offense. You got to make a pay on this one.
Third time Ray has had trouble fielding a kick today. 3 receivers set for the Yellow Jackets. Bubonics takes the snap, hands to Lindberger. He tries to jump his way around one tackle, and he loses a yard back to the 26-yard line of the Tigers.
Yeah, try to run to the right, but I think the Tigers knew that run to the right was coming, so he couldn't get anything out of it.
2nd and 11 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball at the Wittenberg 26. Handoff to Victor Ford Jr., and he loses another yard. It's 3rd and 12 now for the Yellow Jackets.
Back, another running play, this one to the left. Wittenberg
snuffed it out once again.
Thought that ball was going to the left as well.
Kelleher goes out wide right. He'll be the only receiver on the right side. 3 receivers out left. It's Burkett out wide with LeMayo in the slot, along with Shuck, the tight end. Bubonic takes the snap, rolls to his left, and he's going to throw it to the end zone where it's caught for the Yellow Jacket touchdown. It's Oliver Kelleher coming up with touchdown number 2 on the day.
Bubonics was running out to the left. He looked like he was going to try to scramble to get a couple yards, but Kelleher was able to get a little bit of separation in the end zone and was able. That was an excellent throw and a great catch because he only had maybe a foot of space. He was surrounded by some Tigers, but was able to corral that and get that touchdown.
Kelleher started that play on the right side of the formation, dragged across the entire length of the end zone, and hauled in the score. Evans' extra point try is on the way, and it is good. The Yellow Jackets lead it 24-7 over the Wittenberg Tigers with 1:16 to play here in the third quarter.
Even though the Yellow Jackets offense looks like it's sputtering. It's trying to get going, but you got to give them credit. Whenever the special teams or defense gets a turnover, they're capitalizing on those turnovers. With all 24 points off turnovers, at least 17 of them.
The first 10 were off of turnovers, and I believe you are correct. I believe all 4 of the points scored by the Yellow Jackets have come off of turnovers today. Evans tees up the kickoff and sends it away with the right foot. Cade Ray back deep to return. He'll field it at the 8. Gets it across the 15 to the 20. Now to the 25, and he is taken down right there and goes no further. In on the stop, Eddie Andrews, a reserve defensive back for the Yellow Jackets.
If I was Cade Ray, I would have been trying to do all I can to try to make up for some of his miscues. Maybe he's just happy just holding onto the ball when he catches it.
Yeah, he's had a tough day returning the ball. That's 3 fumbles that he's had, and that's the first time that it resulted in an actual change of possession. He's been living dangerously, and the Yellow Jackets finally burned him. 3 receivers tight to the formation. Milton takes a snap, and he faces heavy pressure. He's going to be sacked by Jordan Smith. Smith got loose off a right tackle, and at about 2 seconds into his drop, Milton realized that discretion is the better part of valor. I'm just going to tuck the ball and protect it.
Smith got right in his face, and he tried to sidestep him, but you're not getting away from him. And as soon as he knew it, he's like, I'll just go down.
You're not stepping away from Jordan Smith. I had the pleasure of talking with Jordan earlier this week for the premiere edition of the Swarm Football Podcast, and Jordan says nothing quite like sacking a quarterback, and once he realizes that he's going to get one, his mind just goes blank and he just finishes the play. And that's a perfect example of what he did just there. Milton drops back, again facing pressure, and it's somehow going to be caught by one of the Tigers. The Yellow Jackets just missing getting a hand in there. Eric Rashid on the reception. One of the Yellow Jacket linebackers, I believe that was Dom Tromba, he broke on the ball, read it perfectly, was a step behind.
He just missed that interception by a fingernail. It was right there for him to grab. Just half a second, quarter of a second too late.
That brings the third quarter to a close. The Yellow Jackets will take a 17-point advantage into the fourth quarter as Baldwin Wallace leads this one 24-7 over the Wittenberg University Tigers. We're going to step aside for a brief break. When we come back, fourth quarter action right here on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. Welcome back to Tressel Field, everyone. Fourth quarter action underway. Milton takes the snap for the Tigers, and he's stripped of the ball, and the Yellow Jackets will pile on top of it. We will see after we unstack the bodies that have piled up at the 17-yard line who has possession. It looks like Wittenberg fell on the ball and saved the possession. And credit number 72, the center, Ed Bolden, for getting down on the ball and saving the possession. It's fourth down for the Tigers from their own 17-yard line. It's fourth and roughly 9 yards, so call it a fourth and 19.
I don't even think Milton got hit. I think he went to throw the ball, and the ball just left his hand. Like it looked like it just slipped right out.
Alcott's punt is away. It bounces at the 46, rolls across midfield, and it will roll inside the 40 and roll to a stop at the Yellow Jacket 34-yard line. And that very well may have been the case. It looks like he just went back with an empty hand. And fortunately, his center had good field awareness to say, hey, that's a loose ball. That's live. I got to jump on it.
Even if it's not,
you can't take the chance.
Yeah, you can't take that chance.
So first and 10 Yellow Jackets at their own 34-yard line. BW with a 24-7 lead. 14-10 to play here in the fourth quarter from Tressel Field. Bubonics takes the snap, hands off to Singleton. Singleton across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. And called a gain of 3 to bring up a 2nd and 7. Other scores around the Ohio Athletic Conference, the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Midway through the second quarter, lead Ferrum on the road, 21-6. Marietta with a 20-0 lead on the road at St. John Fisher late in the first half, and Ohio Northern with a 14-0 lead over Franklin with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mount St. Joseph and Muskingum getting underway, and in just a couple of minutes, the Wilmington Quakers will get underway down I-71 at the College of Worcester. Bubonics pass complete. It's Vinny LeMayo who's scoots out across midfield into Wittenberg territory, out to the Wittenberg 43-yard line. So call it a gain of 16 for the Yellow Jackets.
Nice little curl route right at the first down marker. No other defender was there, so he was able to turn up. Able to get another almost 10 yards out of that.
4 receivers set for BW. Once more, 2 out left, 2 out right. Singleton in the backfield. He'll take the handoff from Bubonics, trying to bounce it out left. Gets stretched out to the 41-yard line before he's brought down. Called a gain of 2 to bring up 2nd and 8. Scores around the North Coast Athletic Conference. DePaul leads Rose-Hulman 36-0 late in the second quarter. Oberlin trails Calvin in their first football game at 12-0. Calvin, after years of trying, has gotten a football program. And then Wabash leads St. Norbert 17-0 late in the second quarter. Bunch receivers out to the right side. It'll be a screen to Mikkel Love. He gets to the 35, looking to stiff arm a defender, and he just runs out of bounds as he lost balance trying to get away from Jordan Stipe.
Yeah, it looked like he almost wanted to run out of field, but I don't know if he just lost his balance and just pushed the guy and went straight out of bounds.
Other games in the North Coast Athletic Conference: Bluffton visits Kenyon, Otterbein visits Ohio Wesleyan, and Denison making the cross-country trip to Oregon to play Linfield. 3 receivers out left, 1 out right. That's Love in one-on-one coverage. Handoff goes to Singleton. He's met and taken down in the backfield, back to the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down and long for the Yellow Jackets. It was 3rd and 4. Now it's 4th and 7.
Jackets have been relying heavily on whenever a 3rd down play comes, they're going to the run more often than going to the air. And Wittenberg just sensing that out and will crash on run blitzes. And Baldwin Wallace just is not getting those first downs on those 3rd down run attempts.
So Evans called upon once again to punt it away. And Rashid back to return this one. Evans puts the right foot into it. He's going to pin it against the sideline. And that is going to be stopped inside, or down inside the 5. Looks like it's at the 1. Looked like one of the Yellow Jackets went into the end zone, then jumped up straight into the air to try and bat it back. I thought you had to come back in and establish yourself. But as long as you're not in contact with the ground, that is a good play. And now the Yellow Jackets back up Wittenberg 1st and 10 at their own 1.
Did notice that Cade Ray was not back there to return that punt.
He was definitely not. Eric Rashid getting the opportunity to return that punt. Cade Ray having a tough day. 3 mishandled kicks and 1 that became a Yellow Jacket touchdown.
Especially one that was going to be close to the end zone to begin with.
Right. So Milton with 99 yards of green in front of him. Takes the snap, hands off to Manville. Manville bounces it out left side. Gets to the 10, gets first down yardage and more before he's run out of bounds by T.J. Hansel, the free safety.
He ran off the left tackle. There was no Jacket defender out there other than the corner was able to get out past the 10, get that first down.
That is a whole lot of human coming downhill at you in Manville at 6'1", 205. And he'll get another attempt. He gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage, and he gets stacked up by the Yellow Jacket big boys up front. The D-line doing some dirty work.
And that snap was off to the left of the quarterback. Disrupts the timing on the handoff, allows the Jacket defenders to get a little bit extra step.
And we've seen that has made a big difference here today. Manville in the backfield, flanking Milton on the right side. 2 receivers out, wide right. Milton takes a low snap to his left, rolls out to his right. Big pressure. Hasim Rashid brings him down, and they're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Wow, that was really close to Rashid getting a safety there.
Right on the line. The refs are going to say that he kept the ball out of the end zone, so they're not going to give him the safety. But, man, that was close.
I mean, he's inside the 1-yard line. That is not a friendly feeling. That's back where the drive started. 3rd and 22. And if you're the Yellow Jackets, yeah, you can be excited about trying to get a safety, but what you cannot do is get too amped and over pursue and then leave the Tigers alone for a playmaking opportunity. Manville takes the handoff off right side, gets out to the 5-yard line, call it the 6, gets the punter some breathing room, but not a whole heck of a lot. That was really all Manville on that play, as he took the ball a couple yards deep in the end zone and really had to plow his way forward to get the ball out to the 5.
Yeah, Wittenberg wasn't going to try anything too crazy. That they're just get a couple yards to get their punter away from that back end line.
Olcott on the punt for the Tigers. And back deep to return for the Yellow Jackets, Colin Quinlan. The Yellow Jackets call a timeout. The Yellow Jacket coaching booth is next to us, and that ambient sound, we apologize for anything that was heard over the airwaves, but
they're very animated.
They're very passionate about the punt return situation, as well they should be, because special teams has played a big role in the success that the Yellow Jackets have had today. And they saw something in the alignment that did not look like what they had practiced. We'll just put it that way. And they signaled that down to the sideline, and Coach Hilvert burned that first of 3 timeouts here in the second half. And again, discretion being the better part of valor. You call the timeout. The game's not really in doubt at this point. 8:40 to go in the fourth quarter. You're up by 17 points. You want to make sure that you have a smooth operation and you don't let the Tigers inexplicably be back into the game because of a mistake that you make.
For how well the special teams, you don't want that when you're watching film the next day, you don't want to be that guy being pointed out like everything was great.
Except that. Olcott gets it away. He'll be fielded by Quinlan at the 39. He called for the fair catch and made it. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets in Wittenberg territory.
These are the type of series, I mean, you're up 24-7. Wittenberg's offense really hasn't been able to get a whole lot going. This is the type where could be what you want to do to finish them off. Maybe bleed another 4 or 5 minutes, get down, score touchdown, get a field goal, really put this game in no doubt territory for Baldwin Wallace.
The handoff, it's going to be a pass. It's deep down the field to Kelleher. He's shoved out of bounds, and the interception is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Josh Collins had the ball hit him right in the hands, and he could not corral it. The Yellow Jackets going with a little razzle-dazzle, had Colin Quinlan, the wide receiver, take the handoff from Bubonics, trying to find Mikkel Love down the right sideline. That could have gone all sorts of south on both ways for both teams, and for it to be a 2nd and 10 and live to fight another down is fortunate, I think.
Almost like nothing happened, but wow, a whole lot could have happened.
A lot did happen, but nothing happened. You know what I mean? Victor Ford Jr. takes the handoff, gets the ball to the 35, and he'll gain 4 to bring up a 3rd and 6, but wow, going back just one play earlier, goodness gracious, that could have been a disaster scenario for the Yellow Jackets.
Like, if you're a defensive back, that ball was in your, like, there was nobody around you. You had the ball to yourself. It almost was floated to you, and he couldn't handle it. That's gut-wrenching for a player.
3rd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Bubonics takes the snap. Ford with a good blitz pickup. Bubonics rolls to his left and sails it out of bounds, intended for Colin Quinlan.
Drop back the pass on that 3rd down. Wittenberg came in with another blitz. It seems like they're blitzing a lot on 3rd down, anticipating either a run or just to get the quarterback razzled. And he's able to. It looked like he was trying to get it to Kelleher, but it was a little too far, but enough that it wasn't going to be an issue to be intercepted.
Yeah, put it where only your guy's going to get it. Joseph Evans on the punt. He'll field this snap at the Wittenberg 49. Rashid back to return. Evans booms this one towards the goal line, and it will be once again batted out of the end zone, and you got to give this young man some credit. Donnie Osh out of Salem, Ohio, the defensive back. That's the 2nd time now he's sprung into the air after running into the end zone and batting it out.
The refs are discussing it, seeing if maybe a foot was down on the line.
Nobody likes officials' conferences.
No.
I'm just
they
gonna
got all
say
of
that.
them.
Yeah, I think the field judge is going to say that the foot was down. We will see.
Wittenberg was making their arguments that the one of the Blue Jackets or the Yellow Jackets was on the line, and they originally marked it down at the 1, but then all the refs huddled up and made a decision that it was touched in the end zone.
Yeah, a good call. Will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Hurts the punting average a little bit today.
Just a little bit.
But Evans still having an absolutely incredible day for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, you get marks for being inside the red zone. How many marks can you get for being inside the 1?
Yeah. Milton, the pass. He throws it out to Trent. Trent catches it at the 24, crosses the 25 out to the 26, where he's spun down on the play by backup middle linebacker Dylan Naylor. Play goes out right, and it's incomplete to Eric Rashid.
Yeah, that would have been a tough catch, even if he did get it. But slow sliding catch behind himself and wasn't able to get it. Makes it a third and 4 here.
3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Ball spotted at their own 26. They need the 30. Motion man is the tight end TP from right to left. Flare out to the back. It's Manville at the 30, at the 40. Lowering a shoulder and lowering a boom on one of the Yellow Jacket defenders. That's Alden Steele, the strong safety. He's going to remember that hit as Manville gets the ball to the 41. So gain of 15 on the play. Milton rolling out to his right now on 1st and 10. Throws it out. It's complete to Rashid, and he runs out of bounds. Modest gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets as we're under 7 minutes to go on a running 4th quarter clock.
Luckily, he was going out of bounds backwards, so that keeps the clock going. Even though he got out of bounds, he stumbled backwards to get out of bounds, so that doesn't negate the stopping of the clock.
So 2 receivers out right with the tight end on the right side as well. It'll be TP who's a check down, and he loses it, trying to work his way forward up the field while securing the catch, and it did not go his way. That'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Didn't focus on catching the ball first. Saw a little bit of green grass to get some positive yardage. Just fumbled, and he couldn't get a handle on it and just dropped it.
So 3rd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. 6:24 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers out left in a stack formation. 2 receivers stacked out right. And Manville, the man in the backfield with Milton. Milton looking to his left all the way. Now he's going to be brought down in the backfield as he is sacked by J.D. Krause. The sophomore defensive end got loose off a left tackle and brought down Milton for the sack.
It looked like Krause, he tried to get in, got pushed to the ground, but kept on going, got right back up, and Milton went right to where he was at, and Krause just bear hugged him and threw him to the ground. Just good, tenacious tackling there.
This has been a day for the Yellow Jacket defense. One to remember for sure. Alcott on the punt. Puts the right foot into it. And Quinlan will call for a fair catch and make the fair catch on the seat of his pants at the Yellow Jacket 34-yard line. You don't see that often, and you don't want to.
No. Yeah, you don't want to see it. But when you do see it, it's interesting. Usually if you're going down, you're going to your knees or to the side, not by the seat of your pants.
Anytime you say the word interesting on a special teams play, usually doesn't end as well as that one did for the Yellow Jackets. 1st and 10 BW at its own 34-yard line, I should say. 2 men in the backfield. It's 4 to a motion out. He'll catch the screen pass at the 28, get to the 35 to the 40, and get out to the 43-yard line. We call it a gain of 9. Credit that Yellow Jacket defense. How about a day that they're having? 4 sacks. Jordan Smith leading the way with 2, Hasim Rashid and J.D. Krause with 1 each.
It's a great way to start off your season. Your defense making their presence known in all often and loudly.
Yes. 2nd and 1. Ford goes in motion right to left. He'll catch a screen again. Gets to the 45. Spun down at the 47. Gets to the between the 47 and 48-yard line. Call it the 47. Will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
Almost trying these little runouts, almost treating it like run plays that just give Ford like a head of steam and just get 4 or 5 yards. Got 9 on the first one, got 5 on this one.
Hey, anything you can do to get the run game going, even if they're extended, essentially just extended run plays that are designed as passes, you'll take it. Bubonics loses the snap, and it's scooped up by the Tigers. Scooping up the loose ball is cornerback Trenton Carter. They brought some heat, and they timed it perfectly, as that was when a snap caromed off of Bubonics' hands and fell right to the turf in front of the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't know if he just took his eyes off it for a second, but yeah, hit him right in the hands and tried to corral it, but then it got kicked away from him, and one of the Tigers was able to just pounce on it and gives Wittenberg inside the 40 here.
Yeah, Wittenberg will have it 1st and 10 at the Yellow Jacket 39-yard line. BW leads it 24-7 with 4:13 to go here in the 4th quarter. Manville will be the back in the backfield. TP, the tight end, will line up off the right side. 1 receiver out wide with him, and then 2 receivers out wide left. Milton standing at his 45 will receive this snap. Motion man goes left to right. It's Milton dropping back, looking down the field, and he overshoots Bryce Ray. A little bit too tall of a pass.
You're late in the game. You're up. You don't want to give Wittenberg any opportunities here to have a glimmer of hope. So your defense is, if you really need to clamp down here and really make them go, not get a yard.
2nd and 10 from the Baldwin Wallace 39. TP goes in motion left to right. He's off on the slot on the right side. Milton takes a snap, looks to his left, muscles it towards the sideline. It's complete to Trent, and he is run out of bounds by Marquis Vereen. Ball got moved up to the 33-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. Obviously 4-down territory here, down by 3 scores late in the 4th. Milton takes the snap, hands it to Manville. Full head of steam to the 30, 25, and spins to the 21-yard line. Manville with another impressive run.
He was lucky there at the end. He got hit. That ball kind of like stood out there. If there was another Jacket there, he could have punched that out.
1st and 10 Tigers. Fake to Manville, a little swung out to Trent, and he gets pushed out at the 12-yard line. Some solid gain on 1st down, and there. Call it a gain of 7, close to 8 yards now. And Milton will have 3 receivers in the set. Hands off to Manville. Manville across the 10 and inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
I don't know what it takes to get a holding call, but Rashid was, I don't know, he got as held as anyone could have been held.
Yeah, when you're almost parallel to the ground, it's a good indication that you might have had some assistance in the process. Milton takes the snap, looking left, throws it to the back corner, and threw it nearly into the stands.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to do a hitch and go, and Baldwin Wallace didn't fall for it. They stayed home, had nowhere to go, and Milton wasn't looking anywhere else. He was going to number 4. He was going to Kinley Trent or nobody.
Yeah, it was Trent's ball to catch, and there was no hope of catching that one. So 3 receivers out right. TP off on the left side. Milton thrown to the back corner of the end zone, and it's going to be caught. But was he in bounds? Yes, he was. Earl Pope on the corner route hauls in the touchdown for the Wittenberg Tigers.
That was a hell of right in the back corner of the end zone. There was no one else that was going to catch that ball, and that was a great throw and a great catch.
Yeah, talk about a back shoulder throw. That's exactly what that was. Schwerk on to attempt the extra point. The snap is back. The ball is down. The kick is up, and the kick will
Wait off.
be retried, maybe? No, we had some whistles blow early. Offsides on the defense. So the Yellow Jackets flagged for offsides, and Wittenberg will retry the point. Schwerk will be called on to do it once more. So the ball moved up a yard, and now they will move up a yard with the hold. Jackson the hold. Casto the snapper. Gets it back cleanly. The extra point's on the way, and it is good. The Wittenberg Tigers cut the deficit to 10. It's the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets 24. The Wittenberg Tigers 14 with 2:21 to play here in the fourth quarter from Tressel Field. While we have this break, want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket football game against Wittenberg is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's game is also brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Onside kick try for the Tigers. It'll be Thomas Moaning, the junior, who will kick it away. Moaning's kick will bounce, and it'll be scooped up by the Yellow Jackets. Is recovered by Connor Awad, the junior receiver, the 6'4", 205-pound former Midview Midi, coming up on the hands team and making the play. Today's game is also brought to you by Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a perfect place to enjoy yourself before or after any Yellow Jacket contest. Today's game is being broadcast on BWYellowJackets.com and OAC TV. BW first and 10 at the Wittenberg 45-yard line. 2 tight ends set for the Yellow Jackets. As Shuck and Josh Minier are in the formation. The play goes up the middle to the 40-yard line. Lindberger on the carry for the Yellow Jackets. Timeout by the Wittenberg Tigers. That's their second of the second half. 2:12 left to go, so Wittenberg has one more timeout and a 2-minute warning. Plenty of opportunities to stop the clock here and to maybe steal another possession or so.
Yeah, these are the type of series for any team. Late in the game, you're up. You don't want to give the ball back. You got to try to chew as much clock as possible. But at the same time, you want the other team to waste their timeouts and still get that first down. So Baldwin Wallace can get a couple more yards here, make them use another timeout, but then you need to get the first down to keep keep the chains moving and having Wittenberg just wasting their timeouts. And so there's no chance for them to get the ball back.
So 2nd and 5 from the 40. Lindbergh takes it over left tackle, gets a couple yards, maybe out to the 38-yard line, and Wittenberg will burn that 3rd and final timeout of the second half.
Big 3rd down play here. You got to keep the ball out of Wittenberg's hands. You got to somehow get a first down out of this. Thought he had an opportunity. If he cut to the left, if he would have cut to the right, he might have been closer to the first down, made this a 3rd and 1 rather than a 3rd and 4.
So it'll be a 3rd and 4 from the Wittenberg 39-yard line. They need the 35 through the Yellow Jackets to really cement this ball game. And that's exactly what they would like to do before they go on a 2-game road trip. Their first road trip of the year. They go to Wilmington, way down I-71 way. Next Saturday afternoon, and then the following Saturday they go to Bexley to play the Capital Comets. Bubonics gets the snap, hands off to Lindbergh. Flag on the play, and Lindbergh is stacked up by a host of Tigers. And looks like the area of a holding penalty. But we will see what the call is.
Still discussing it.
It flew early.
Yeah, real early. What?
I've watched a fair bit of football in my day. You've played a fair bit of football in your day. I've never seen a delay of game against the defense, but apparently they mocked the Yellow Jackets signal. And that is a 5-yard penalty that gave the Yellow Jackets a first down.
That is a back-breaking penalty. When they ran the play and he would have been stopped, it would have been a 4th down.
Yeah. And instead, it's a first down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
Wow.
Not ideal timing for that kind of penalty. There's no good time for a penalty, but there are back-breaking times, and that was one of those situations. Wittenberg has been flagged 4 times for 40 yards. The Yellow Jackets 5 for 44.
2 of Wittenberg's have resulted in, at the end of the first half, they got the roughing the quarterback, or they got a late hit out of bounds that gave Baldwin Wallace an extra 15 yards, and then they got a touchdown 2 plays later. And now this one, 3rd and 4, they needed to just make one stop to get the ball back, and then they make a delay game penalty, gives Baldwin Wallace another first down, and now they're trying to ice the game.
So victory formation for the Yellow Jackets. Bubonics will run back about 4 yards and then take a knee. One of the Wittenberg Tigers off left end decided to take a run at Bubonics before he went down. And running backs for Baldwin Wallace and Mikkel Love, who's the safety valve on the victory formation, he's like, I don't think we're going to let you do that. So loss of 4 on the play, actually really 5, brings up 2nd and 15. And the Yellow Jackets will line up in victory formation once more. Bubonics under center, Lindbergh and Ford as guards, and Love the safety valve. Bubonics puts the knee into the turf once more at the 41-yard line. On a loss of 3 more yards. 3rd and long. And one more knee should do it for the Yellow Jackets as they will open the 2024 campaign with the victory. It's been a while since the Yellow Jackets have earned a non-conference victory in the season opener. They lost back-to-back years to Mount St. Joseph. And this one is much needed for the Yellow Jackets to start off on a positive note. Bubonics will go under center once more. Call for the snap. It's a clean one. He will take the knee, and that will end today's ball game as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets start off 2024 in style with a victory as they defeat the Wittenberg University Tigers 24-14. That breaks the tie in the all-time meetings between the two schools. The Yellow Jackets will get that victory once more by a 24-14 count. Taking a look, some other scores before we get on out of here around the North Coast Athletic Conference. Kenyon with a 13-6 lead over Bluffton at halftime. DePaul with a 43-0 lead over Rose-Hulman at halftime. Calvin with a 26-0 lead over Oberlin at halftime. Wabash 24-0 over St. Norbert at halftime. Worcester has a 15-6 lead over Wilmington with 4:03 left in the first quarter. And then later this evening, Otterbein travels to Ohio Wesleyan, and Denison makes the cross-country trek to Linfield. Looking at OAC scores at halftime, it's Mount Union 28-6 over Ferrum in Virginia. Marietta cruising over St. John Fisher early in the third quarter, 27-0. Ohio Northern also cruising over Franklin, 24-0 late in the second quarter. And John Carroll trails Wisconsin Whitewater early in the first quarter, 7-0 on the road. We have some special presentations coming up. To a player of the game for both teams will be awarded. But before we get to that, Brian, taking a look at just some final thoughts. I mean, obviously a great day for the Yellow Jackets. Plenty to clean up and learn from, but, you know, it's a good way to start the year always when you get a victory, get more points than the other team on the board.
Like you said, it's always great to start the season off 1-0. Defense played great. Offense had some moments, had some things you need to work on, but it's the first game of the year. You have plenty of time to work on this. But, yeah, it's always great to get that first step going forward for the rest of the year and really take advantage of a great defensive performance, building on that, shoring up the offense, and going into OAC.
And right now we're going to send it down the field for Steve Thompson to present the players of the game.
Is sophomore running back number 32, Christian Manville. And the BW Shrine Classic player of the game, sophomore place kicker and punter number 41, Joseph Evans.
So Christian Manville won the player of the game for the Tigers, and Joseph Evans wins for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets on a day where Oliver Kelleher has 2 touchdown catches. Mikkel Love made some plays. Jordan Smith had 2 sacks, caused a couple of fumbles. To give it to Joseph Evans, I think tells you how good of a day that young man had. When you look at what he was able to accomplish today, it was pretty impressive stuff, special teams-wise. 1 for 1 on field goal tries, hit from 30 yards out. Had 3 extra points, all perfect. 5 kickoffs for 270 yards and punting. 8 punts, 359 yards, average 44.9 yards per punt with a long of 68, 1 touchback, 2 50-yarders, and 6 of his 8 punts inside the 20. That's called stuff in the stat sheet for a special teamer.
And that's a game changer. That puts your defense in excellent position every time when the opposing team is their backs against the end zone. When you can flip a field like that, that is a very valuable player.
And taking a look at some other statistics offensively, Charlie Bubonics 20 of 26 for 184 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Oliver Kelleher leading the way, a wide receiver, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns on 4 interceptions. Mikkel Love had 45 yards on 2 catches. Vinny LeMayo had 30 on 3 catches. Tim Conwell had 4 catches for 18 yards. Victor Ford Jr., 10 yards on 3 catches. Then Lindberger, Burkett, Shuck, and Bubonics each had one reception. And yes, you heard that right. Charlie Bubonics has a reception officially because he caught a deflected pass that he threw. Leading the way rushing the football, net-wise, 23 yards to George Lindberger, 21 for Victor Ford Jr., 20 for Charlie Bubonics, and 3 for Tyrone Singleton. For the Wittenberg Tigers, leading the way, it was Milton, 22 of 37 with 1 touchdown, and it was a beautiful touchdown that he threw to Earl Pope and 1 interception. Khalil Trent led the way with 7 catches for 85 yards. Manville had 45 yards on 3 receptions. TP accounted for 34 yards on 3 receptions. Pope had 2 catches for 20 yards, including the touchdown. Brace Ray had 1 catch for 9 yards. Eric Rashid had 2 catches for 8 yards. Cade Ray had 2 catches for 7 yards, and Rennick had 1 for 2 rushing the football. Manville had 104 yards and 1 touchdown on 21 carries. Meeks had 9 yards on 5 carries, and Milton minus 35 on the 5 rushing attempts that he had. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets improved to 1-0 on the season as they get a 24-14 victory over the Wittenberg University Tigers in non-conference action. Wittenberg will continue their road trip after their bye next week. They'll be at Hiram on Saturday, September 21st. They open up the home portion of their schedule on September 28th when they welcome Howard Payne University to Springfield. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets will kick off a 2-game road swing at Wilmington next Saturday afternoon. Kickoff at 1:30 p.m. And then on the 21st, they will be at Capital. Remember, the next home game is the homecoming game, the Bold and Gold weekend, September 27th and 28th. The homecoming game features Baldwin Wallace and the University of Mount Union on Saturday, September 28th. Kickoff for that game is at 2 p.m. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching along with us today as we brought you the Yellow Jacket home opener. Thank you to everybody here at Baldwin Wallace for their help in getting the game on the air. For my partner in the booth, Brian Verkan, I'm Matt Florjancic saying make today better than yesterday and make tomorrow better than today. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody, and go Jackets.